Hi, it's longtime distributor Don Sanders here to try and help you today to stop losing customers. My goodness, it is so hard to get customers in today's world. Once you do get them, you certainly do not want to lose them. And I'm going to try the best I can to tell you how we've kept customers forever in some instances and how you can too. But first, before we get going, I want you to look at all those great suppliers showing on the screen. Every one of them is a top line supplier that I would recommend. They will never let you down. One thing you know about me is I'm pretty honest, and I would never recommend that you buy from a bad supplier. And at the bottom of the screen are my Don Sanders marketing distributor card and my sellpromoproducts.com card, which that site makes these webinars possible. Now, with that said, let's get ready to take some notes. I'm going to talk to you about some valuable offers from suppliers. The ones that I've already mentioned are shown to you on the screen, and they will help you keep these customers. Some of them are great self-promotion items, and others are some coupons that will help you make a little bit more money on your orders, such as the free die charge up there for Quickie. I'm going to talk about Quickie. It's a wonderful American-made supplier. GMG does great with pins, and I work with AdMatch, and none of those three suppliers would ever let you down. Now, for those of you who don't know about me, I am Don Sanders. I've been in the promotional products business for a very long time, and during that time, I think that I've sold around $25 million worth of promotional products. I should have. I've been doing it long enough. But the thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that I made a really high profit margin, more than 43% on my orders. I still sell as a distributor, not as actively as I did at one time, because now I do webinars such as this, and I do speaking appearances at trade shows. So with that said, let's get going. Now, the first thing I want to advise you to do is, if you want to keep your customers, is to stay away from cheap people. Look at this character on the screen here. He just looks like a miserable human being, and he never lets go of that piggy bank. And you do not want to deal with customers like him, because that guy is never going to let you make any money. And you're not going to keep him if you try and sell him at a low price. He'll just go and get something from somebody else cheaper than you. So the first advice I'm going to give you is to stay away from cheap people. Don't waste time on lame buyers. I know that sounds like an odd thing to say, but distributors contact me every day through my site, not able to sell people that are cheaper. And what I tell them is to stop selling them and let them go away. So if you want to keep customers, don't get bad ones. And please notice that great offer from 3M on imprinted Post-it notes. First order I sold for 3M was in 1984. Good grief, that's a long time ago, and I've made a lot of money selling Post-it notes. Now, happy customers are what we want. That's what we need to make. We need to create happy customers, because they're yours for a very long time. Just like that nice man on the screen with that hat. Doesn't he look happy? Well, that's the way you want every one of your customers to be. And I've listed some customers, I believe 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 on the screen right there to the left, that I've had almost forever. I still don't, some of them I don't have anymore, but some of them for 10, 12, and 15 years. Like Baylor Hospital, I started selling them their name badges. I did that for 11 years. Bombay Company is no longer in business, but I did work for them for 13 years. La Madeleine was a French bakery here in Dallas. Just started with one location and expanded to 78. I did all their name badges, t-shirts, hats for 15 years. I'm not going to go through the rest of them. Those were just companies or businesses that I sold, and I made them happy, and they stayed with me for a very long period of time. Now, you make customers happy in several different ways, and a lot of distributors just don't do this. They don't keep customers or clients, or they can't sell prospects because they don't do these things. They're not unique. They're boring. Their card might just say, I have the cheapest prices around. I sell everything. Call me for a good deal. They're not curious sellers. They don't ask questions of their customers, so they don't provide them with the right items. They're not active in direct mail. They think that direct mail is dead. Well, direct mail is not what it was. It's one time, but that's the reason that I use it. I sell a lot of annuity programs. That's name badges and some other items. I'm going to talk to you about that later. Annuity programs keep customers forever, and they're a product expert. The most tragic thing in this industry is distributors get out here and they lose orders. And I'm going to talk about that specifically. And power banks, umbrellas, and bottled water. About people are always cheaper on those products, and you can't figure out why. Well, if you know why, you can tell your customer that, and they'll understand that maybe your price needs to be higher. They're not frequent with social media. They're not an idea originator. They don't bring fresh ideas to clients, and their follow-up is terrible. Most people are afraid to call people back today because they don't want rejection. You've got to get over that and follow up by phone, text, and email regularly. And please notice the free money coupon from Burlingame. I've known Ken Burlingame for 30-something years. They're in Ohio. I'm going to talk about them a little bit later, but that is just a great supplier that will never let you down. Now let's talk about being different. I make myself different in several ways, which I've done for the last, I guess, 35 years I've been in this business. And today's way that I make myself different is with colorful shoes. If any of you have seen me at a trade show, you will know that I wear very brightly colored shoes. I started doing this when I was a speaker at the ASI show several years ago to get attention for the seminars that I did. I'd wear those nice khaki pants, an expensive Brooks Brothers shirt, an Hermes tie, and a really nice lizard belt. But if you looked at my feet, I had on those shoes. And you know what? I cannot believe the amount of people that ask me about those shoes. So what I've done is I branded myself with my shoes. I have 13 different pair of those shoes. You can see some of them on the screen. They're shown on my Don Sanders marketing card, and they're shown on my sellpromoproducts.com card. Some people think that this is just crazy, and for those people that do, I'm glad you do, because your attitude is what gets me business. I am looking for individuals that are drawn to uniqueness, and if you want to be successful in this industry and keep customers, you've got to be unique. And what makes you unique? Are you any of these? Are you a chief creative guy, a creatologist? Are you a swag swami? Are you Get It Done Dave? Are you head of Marketing Mania? Well, these are all titles I pulled from people that have visited to my website or emailed me. They make themselves unique. You've got to do this. Just having a card that says I sell promotional products or I'm here for you or whatever, that's not going to do it. In fact, a paper card, we're going to talk about not using those in a minute, they're thrown in the trash can frequently because all it says is sales or promotional products expert or something like that. You've got to make yourself unique. Maybe you like golf. We'll sell golf related items. Be the golf expert. Be the golf guy. Be something, but make yourself unique. Now, one way I make myself unique is I never use paper business cards. I haven't in over 20 years. The items that I give to people to introduce myself to them are products with my unique logo on it, just like the one on the screen right now from AdMatch. I'll bet no one has walked up to you at a charity event, a networking event, ask you about yourself, you ask them what they do, and they turn around and give you a bacteria fighting wet wipe pack. Do you think you would like to have those? I know I would, and I would never throw those things away. These type of products such as this, that's how you get people's attention. There's a great deal right there from AdMatch. You can see ask@admatch.com. You can call them and they will be happy to help you with this, because products sell products, not paper cards with stupid, let's not say stupid, with bad testimonial statements of I'm cheaper, I have a variety, I have this, or I have that. I have another card which is made by Drumline. Drumline's a great supplier up in Stuttgart, Arkansas. They do calendars, paper products, etc. And you know, the funny thing about it is I learned 2 weeks ago that Stuttgart, Arkansas is where they have the world champion duck calling contest every fall. I'm not much into duck calling, but I didn't know that. I just think things like that are interesting. But I use these little memo pads from Drumline. They have my logos, which you're seeing on the screen right now, shoes on the front and back with my cell phone number, SELLPHONE, and every sheet is printed with Don Sanders Marketing. Anytime I meet somebody in an event or they ask me for my card, I pull that out, I give it to them, I write on the first sheet where I met them, and I hand it to them. They're not going to throw that thing away. They'll put it in their pocket or their purse, and they're going to keep it. You think about it. Would you rather have something useful, or would you rather just have a plain card? And there are all the things that you could print on the back of these websites: services offered, addresses, locations, testimonials, phone and email. This is a great way to express yourself. And if you want to get some, you can email Gina Addison, Gaddison at drum-line.com. Bottles, I use branded water bottles. It is so hot where I live here in Texas, 100 degrees today. Instead of running around calling on people with paper cards, if I went in to see somebody, I would take a bottle of water with my logo on it. If somebody handed you a bottle of water, what would you do with it? You would either drink it, keep it, but you would not discard it. So Alexa Springs does bottled water for me with my logo on it. Great calling card, and if you have not been using these, this is the way to step out. And you can get samples of bottled water from Brian at alexasprings.com, and alexasprings.com is the URL. And we're going to talk about bottled water in detail in just a little bit. People ask me all the time, Don, what website do you use? And I'm not pitching Distributor Central over other sites, but I use them because I have for 30-something years. Tom Mertz started Distributor Central as a competitor to what our biggest service provider had, and he's done a wonderful job of it. You can do all kinds of things on the Distributor Central website. They're shown on the screen. If you want a demo, Tiffany Tart, distributorcentral.com. And they also have a program right now where if you enter orders, you get $5 off your order. And here's a direct example of it. Trainer is one of the suppliers I help with marketing. If you'll enter an order with Trainer on Distributor Central, you'll get $5 off your order. So like those really cool neon bottle wraps right there, you can sell those and get $5 off if you enter your order through Distributor Central. And I think that's a great product for the summer. And with tailgating coming up here soon for football, that's a great item for your customers that support tailgating. And this is my last little pitch on Distributor Central, but they have a pro service where you can do all kinds of things that other people are not be able to do, such as adjust product pricing, Google product feed, virtual sampling, etc. And at the end of the presentation, I'll have the email for Tiffany Tar if you would like to email her about a demo. Now, be a prospect creator, not a time waster. Too many distributors don't know how to create prospects. They go to events, let's say a chamber event, and they just stand there talking about their kids, talking about politics, this and that. They're not there looking for business. So let's say anytime you meet anybody in a social situation, let's see, look at those happy people networking right there. Well, what you need to do is you need to talk to people, a certain amount of them, and find out if they're the decision maker. That means if they say, well, well, what do you do? Well, I'm an architect. Do you own the architectural firm? No, I'm just an architect there. Well, they're not the decision maker. They're not going to buy anything from you. So kindly excuse yourself, be polite, go find somebody else. And even if somebody says, oh, I know so-and-so does the buying, I'll put you in touch with them. Don't believe them because they won't do it. They're trying to get rid of you. And only deal with people that you deal with directly and can ask in person, and then follow up with them. And if nothing happens, move on and go call on somebody else. And see down there at the bottom that Don Sanders mat, logo mat does these for me. And what I do is I've even been brave enough to go to a chamber networking event, put that thing down on the floor and stand on my mat, and people will come and look at that mat and think, you know what? That guy's crazy. but he's unique. And you know how many customers I've got from my mat? You can put these in front of your office, put them inside your office, but I've actually taken them out and put them on the floor of events I've gone to. And I'm going to tell you how to get hold of logo mats later for this, but there's a great 5% off an order coupon from Logo Mats. Now here's another product I use. This are tissue packs from AdMatch. Looks the same as the wet wipes, but these are tissues. This would be like a winter item. If somebody gave you those, you would keep them in a heartbeat. And what I do with them is when we're at that chamber event and I talk to that architect and he says, I own the firm, I am going to hand him one of those tissue packs with my logo on it. And I'm just going to say, how many do you need or how many do you want to buy? And you cannot believe how many people will say, Don, you know what? We might need some of these. Why don't you come over and see me? That is what gets action, not paper cars. And that's a great little item, a little offer there. For 250 of those from AdMatch, you can get a hold, ask@admatch.com. Phil Shark, he runs that company. He's a really nice guy. But I use these products and they work. Now let's talk about being a junk seller. Many people in this industry are junk sellers, and junk sellers cannot keep customers. Look at that guy up there at the left. That customer saying, you ruined my business. Look at that woman over at the right. She's mad. She got bad power banks. Well, to prove that, 7 months ago, off of breaking news alert on Counselor Promogram, Bluefin International let them know that they had chargers that were overheating. You've got to watch out for suppliers who have electronic product recalls. It happens all the time, and it's even big suppliers. So what you need to do is never be involved in a recall because you're going to lose customers faster than anything you've ever seen. And I just saw this last month in PPB Newsletter. Here it happens again. Here's another power bank company recalling bad power banks. Well, you cannot have this happen to you. Oh my goodness. If I call La Madeleine when I dealt with them and said, you know, all those power banks that went out to your bakeries, we got to pick them up. They are going to be so upset, so embarrassed. So to keep that from happening, I use Sunjoy. Sunjoy is owned by Harrison Few. They're out of Chicago. He is an absolutely stand-up guy. I'm not saying they do every order right, but if they did an order wrong, they will make it correct. It's no excuses. They do great little portable speakers, chargers, and this thing with the fast charge on it. This is a brand new retail item that they have that you lay your phone on it. It's not cheap, but it is the coolest thing going. And there's a quick ship coupon from Sunjoy, and I'm pitching them because I'm telling you, you never want to get involved with a product recall. Now, we're going to retain clients by asking the right questions. Distributors email me all the time saying, Don, I have a dry cleaner who wants to buy something for their grand opening. I'll say, well, how many do they want to buy and what is the price point? Every time they say, well, we didn't ask them that. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how are you going to sell them if you didn't ask those questions? You've got to ask the right questions and show customers or prospects the right products, or you're not going to keep them. Ask them how much, what's the price point, when do you need them, how many, and what is the product purpose? I'll bet you only 1 in 5 distributors ask those questions every time they get an inquiry. And there's a great coupon for a quick ship program for Sunjoy. And I'm going to talk about Oral Labs later. They are an American-made company who makes all non-toxic hand sanitizer, lip balm, etc. And do not buy that cheap lip balm and hand sanitizers from those companies that are importing that stuff, because some of it's just not any good. Now, I use Facebook to bond with customers. If you're using social media, you've got to post things that people think is unique. I don't post products so much on Facebook. What I do is post products of what I'm doing. Up there at the top right hand screen, I went to the ASI Fort Worth show. There's with me with some big animal I don't know if it's a bull or a steer or what you call it, but there it is. There's my 3 dogs, the Ruber to the left, Betty and Gracie, my 13-year-old sister dogs. There I am at the ASI Dallas show 2 or 3 years ago with Joe Fina from Navarra. And I actually tried to go surfing one time, and there I am in my surf outfit. And trust me, it took me 45 minutes to put that thing on. I fell down 19 times. That was the end of the surfing. But when I post these things on my Facebook account, people respond and I make connections. Now, selling one creates customers. A big mistake that a lot of distributors make is they think they have to go after big orders, 10,000 piece orders, 5,000 piece orders. And even though they don't make much money off of it, they feel that that's the way to go. I have gotten more business from one-off orders, just selling one. And the 2 best one-selling products that I know of are logo mats from Logo Mats and stickers from Sticker U. I met Sticker U last year at the ASI show. They will do one sticker. It's just one. All you have to do is place an order for one. And I'm going to give you specific examples of how mats and stickers have worked for me. Now, GMG has combo deals. This is program selling, and I want to pitch this to you because this is brand new. It is a one-off program where you make one sale and you get all these products together. This one right here is priced at $1,249. You get pins, leatherette gift sets, 100 journals. It all comes in a combo pack. So you talk about selling one, you're selling one program. And if you need to have information about these, there are about 13 choices of these programs. You can email BIN, it's Benjamin Stiller at ultrapins.com. And here are 2 more of them. Here's a $1,429 one, and then here's one to the right with mugs and different products on them. I have never seen anything like this from a supplier before. That's why I am so enthralled with it. I just think it is a cool way to pitch clients and sell these programs where the customer does not have to worry about buying things, this, and that. They get it all at one time. And it's BIN at ultrapins.com to learn about this. Now let's talk about selling one. Logo Mats does virtual samples. They did a virtual sample for Parkwood Retirement Community. This is where my ex-wife's mother lived. So when we moved Dorothy in, I went over there on move-in day to help her, and I went up and found the marketing director, and I sold Parkwood a mat. But before I did that mat, I had Logo Mats do 3 virtuals for me, a Super Scrape, a Digiprint, and a Waterhog. Those are just different types of mats. And what I did is got the virtual and I sold one mat to Parkwood, just one. But you know what? Telus Properties owned Parkwood. They had 24 properties total, and it turned out that I did mats for 11 of those 24 properties. Now I am looking, and that samples Miles at Logo Mats LLC. That is the wrong email address. So why don't you visit logomatsllc.com and you can learn about their virtual program. But trust me, there are thousands of companies that you could call on where you sell them one sticker, you sell them one mat, you're going to end up selling them a ton of them. So with that said, only one sticker. Here's the deal with Sticker U, and we're back to knowledge. You know when bumper stickers started. Well, you want to protect your prices, keep your customers? Know when bumper stickers came about 1910. These I voted stickers. Every time I go to vote, they give me one of these stickers. I like getting the thing, and I wear it that day and the next day, but I didn't know when they started up. Well, there's a little history of sticker history. Well, that kind of information is what keeps customers for you, and it creates customers. And there's a little stickeru.com kit. You see it up there at the top. You can get that sample kit at michael@stickeru.com, and I think that is the right email address for him. Now, how about protecting prices from cheaper sellers? I know this sounds ridiculous, but you almost have to hire police or security to keep liars away from your account. People are always trying to steal your customers. That means you lose them. They'll tell them anything to get an order. So I hire security to keep liars away, and my security is that I know why products are cheaper than others. And a lot of distributors do not know this. And the three product categories I think with the most misconceptions are umbrellas, bottled water, and electronics. People all the time say, Don, I got to have a better price on those umbrellas. Well, they don't know the reason that umbrella is cheaper is because the frame is no good. Same way with bottled water, same way with electronics. Now we'll talk about umbrellas. Southern Plus makes great umbrellas. Greta owns that, and she's a friend of mine, and they do absolutely first quality umbrellas. So when you quote an umbrella with somebody, ask the customer what they want. Do you know an umbrella has 70 working parts? Well, I didn't know that until I started studying about umbrellas. Do you know they have steel ribs, spreaders, and hinge? That all those points, that makes them break in wind gusts, like that little fella to the left. Cheap umbrellas are not windproof. Golf umbrellas must have fiberglass or wood shafts, or you're going to get electrocuted when you're out when lightning strikes you on the golf course, and they use inferior tips so the ends break off. I know you've seen umbrellas that do that, and distributors are so scared to stand up for themselves. They won't say, well, I'm not going to sell you an umbrella that breaks. That's what you're going to get with a $7 umbrella. It's just the truth. And if they tell you that they don't want to spend money on it, let them go. Don't sell junky customers, junky products. It's just the truth. And Kathy at southernplus.com. Send her an email and tell her you've got watch Sandra's webinar and what do you need to do to get a good umbrella. And there's a nice 5% off order coupon from Southern Plus down there at the bottom of the screen. And here it is bigger. The only reason I'm showing you this big like this is a nice little offer them. Southern Plus does these loungers for tailgating. They do portable coolers like that black thing with the Doritos on it, great for tailgating. And there's a great golf umbrella. They're a 5-star supplier. There's their information. Call them. Get a hold of them and tell them you need tailgating products or you need a quality umbrella. Now let's talk about a little tailgating item. I just added this to the webinar yesterday because Phil Sharkey sent me this from AdMatch. This is a brand new product they've got, this little refreshment towel. I'm just pitching you on this because it's good for cooling, or they have a version that is good for cleaning. Now tailgating, where I live here, TCU is going to play on August 31st. And at that game, it'll be 100 degrees and people will be out there for hours tailgating. What if you had a bank customer that bought these and just walked around in the tailgating parking lot giving these to people with that bank's logo on it? People would love that. That would get them more business than you could even imagine. Then you could do it in the wintertime with the one that is the cleaning towel, because people get kind of dirty when they're out tailgating. This is a great product. I just learned about this yesterday, and you can email Phil at admatch.com and he'll send you a sample. And there's a little flyer that I'm going to send out to my customers with my logo on it. And I'm going to talk about custom flyers in a minute. And there's a great coupon from AdMatch. Now, knowledge keeps clients happy, not cheaper prices. And I want to talk to you about water. I talk about water in every one of these webinars because this really drives me crazy. There are such differences in bottled water, and I am telling you, the water that Alexa Springs sells you comes out of the ground and goes into a spring house, those little frame houses right there. Then they go into those big stainless steel tanks, and then they go into that facility. That's in Mount Ida, Arkansas. Not a very big place, but the finest water in the world probably comes from Mount Ida, Arkansas, or one of the finest waters. And you look back there, which bottle contains the best water? Well, you don't know that. But one of those bottles is from Mount Ida, Arkansas, and the other is sewer water or came from a water treatment plant. because cheap bottled water sellers are selling you sewer water or water treatment plant water, because if you look at their labels, it will say from a municipal water source. It is not fresh spring water, because people don't even know the difference between purified and spring water. Purified water comes from a municipal source. It is filtered. It will not kill you, but I don't want to drink that stuff. Besides, it tastes bad. Spring water comes out of the ground. It is filtered, but it has a 10 times better taste because it was not from a sewer or a water treatment plant. You've got to know these product differences when people try and steal your customers. Stand up for yourself. I do this on nail files. I had a customer I sold nail files to, and a guy came along and he could sell the same nail file at a cheaper price. Well, he was lying. The nail file he was selling was made in China. Mine was made in New York. Mine was with non-toxic inks. His was with inks that would rub off. And I told him that. And he says, Don, the guy never told me that. Well, that's the way people steal your customers. They don't tell you. They don't tell their customers the difference between purified water and spring water. And there are two versions of the Skip a Column coupon from Alexa Springs. Now, to prove my point, this was in the Dallas Morning News yesterday. Putrid liquid was pouring into the Trinity River just south of Dallas for a week. That water was going into the Trinity River. That flows into lakes. Lake water is used for some bottled water. That mess right there is going to go into some bottled water. Now, it'll be cleaned out, but can you imagine if your customer knew that's where their water originated? And I'm not making that up. I got that out of the Dallas Morning News yesterday. And another thing about this water is when you sell for Alexa Springs, they do everything. Cheap water sellers auction off your orders. I didn't know that until I started doing these webinars. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all, but everything goes to the highest bidder. When you see these ads from these water people about we have 9,000 bottling sources, we have this, we have that, they have nothing. What they do is they gang run the orders. They take so many bottles they've sold. Then they put the bid out for the water. They put the bid out for the label. They put the bid out for shipping. They don't do your order. They sell your order off to wholesalers who give them the cheapest price. And that is not what I want to do to my customers. So keep your customers out of water auctions. Spring water samples, Brian at alexasprings.com. And I'm not kidding you about this. Don't sell your customers bad products. And here's a direct example of that. Grand Bank is where I bank. They were buying bottled water, and look at that label. Purified water by reverse osmosis and oxygenated. That means that water was from a municipal water source and was filtered to death. I sold them on Alexa Springs water, and look at the difference in what that label says. We cherish your health, so the water included is the finest quality. Natural spring water, not oxygenated water. There's that coupon from Alexa Springs. Here's an Alexa Spring pricing guide. We're not going to talk about water much more. That'll give you an idea. Their prices are not in that much more. And it's Brian at alexasprings.com. And in fact, if you've got a customer who has bottled water questions, Brian will get on the phone with your customer, with you. He will not say what he does, and he will sell your customer for you by telling them the facts about bottled water. Now, here's another fact. People lose mat orders all the time because it's just like Grand Bank. I'm going to talk about mats. I sold them mats. They were renting mats from some offbeat company, and they said, well, we get our mats for $40 a month. Well, every month they're paying $40 for a rental company to come out and bring a cheap mat and put it in. And here is the myth about rental mats. Well, when your customer says, I'm renting mats, well, you can sell them the best logo mat for $300, and that mat will last almost forever. People don't know about rental mat business, but you've got to know this information if you're going to be successful. Just like 3M, people don't know that these knockoff products, the adhesive is no good. 3M is the best adhesive in the industry, and don't let any of these 20 other knockoff note people tell you their notes are as good as 3M. They are not as good as 3M. I'm sorry I'm getting upset about this, but I just like people to tell the truth. So 3M is the originator of the Post-it note. And if anybody tells you they have Post-it notes, they do not. They're knockoff notes. There's one note that I use with my logo on it. That's a great coupon right there for 500 notepads with your logo, and you can get those from 3M, and I've had really good luck with them. And this is my last 3M pitch. Their extreme notes have just come out. This will give you a whole new market. These notes will stick to frozen pipes. They will stick to cement. They'll stick to almost anything. You can see this flyer here, all the things it'll stick to. They came out with these in January, I believe, at the ASI Orlando show, but this is a different product. These extreme notes are not cheap, but they are something you can show construction clients, people that do pipelines, oil companies, and you can get samples from Stephanie Madej, that's S.J. Madej, at 3M Promote. Now, you're going to be miserable when you deal with prospects like this. There's a hard way to do this industry. There's an easy way. Sell easy, not the hard way. Too many distributors try and sell the hard way. Don't do it. Don't deal with prospects that shop you around, slow pay invoices, ignore your calls, emails, beat you down the price, or they're vague or difficult. Just tell them to go away and call on somebody who won't treat you that way. Now, those people are hard to find, but if you're a good salesperson and you're using the tools that you should, you'll be able to find them, and you'll be a lot happier than being miserable. And one of the best ways to stop being miserable is to eliminate bad customers. Have the guts to do this. Fire these bad customers. Look at that dumber than the stump guy right there. I know, I've tried to sell people like that. They make you feel bad about yourself, and they give you low self-esteem. Stop selling bad communicators, slow payers, people that want free samples all the time, price shoppers. I just went over these on that previous slide. But feel free to get rid of bad customers. Now, I sell a lot of annuity products. You want to keep customers, you've got to do that. Annuity products are products that people buy over and over and over again, and name badges are the #1 repeat order seller. I have purchased all of my name badges from ID Line. That is Halls and Company. They're out of Brooklyn, Minnesota. Eric Johnson owns that supplier, and you talk about somebody running a good business. ID Line will help you with your name badges, and at the end of the presentation, I'll have their email where they will send you a free sample kit for name badges, or program selling, which I talked about with GMG. On the one at a time is program selling, so is selling continuous name badge programs. I used to do a lot of name badges for all the hospitals in Dallas and Fort Worth. They would repeat 2,500 badges every other month. Harris Hospital with about 4,000 every 6 months. You talk about making money. You make money by selling badges, and there's a release program that ID Line has. And if you want a sample kit, there's the email address, sales@idline.com. This is another little thing on the name badges, but please, name badges are a great way to sell annuity products, just like selling calendars and diaries are. I talked about Drumline for 13 years in a row. I have done several calendar orders for those Telesys properties. You remember I talked to you about the logo mats being sold. Well, several of those properties started buying diaries or calendar books with large print for senior citizens. And I have gotten 6 or 7 of those orders from those properties for 13 years in a row. All I have to do to make that sale is come around about October. I'll email that guy, the guy over at Parkwood, and I'll say, well, you know, you have your count on your calendars for the year. And of course, he'll say, no, I don't have it yet. And he'll mess around till December, and then he'll send me, Don, we need 170 of them. And I get those orders year after year after year. And the same way with calendars. And Gaddison at drum-line.com. They will send, Drumline's a wonderful supplier. They will send you a sample of these diaries. The calendar books are a complete calendar sample kit. Now this just came out where this is a kit you can have if you have a retail front, if you're a screen printer, you can put this up on your desk or where people are to show people that you sell calendars. This is a complete calendar selling kit that includes a calendar board, this nice board where you see it'll stick up. And there's a great free plate or PMS charge from Drumline. It's Gaddison at drum-line.com. Spec samples, I'm telling you, I've gotten more business from selling spec samples than anything I've ever done. My close rate on about 70% is huge return on doing spec samples. Sunjoy, who I talked about earlier, every other week I send out an offer for them on having a free custom spec sample. Here are like, I believe, 4 of the past ones. I sent out one today about a great product that they have. 2 weeks ago, I did one on a speaker. But if you will send Sunjoy your shipper number and your artwork for your customer, they will do a free spec sample for you of power banks, different items. And there's how you get a hold of Sunjoy. There's a $20 off a quick ship order. But I'm telling you, spec samples sell. Here's the one I did 2 weeks ago on this Ray power bank. This is the best power bank I've ever seen in my life. This thing works. It has this digital printout on it. That is a substantial power bank. You can get a free sample of that if you'll send your shipper number and your artwork to samples at sunjoy.us. I'm telling you, you show people these kind of products with their logo on it, they're going to buy from you. Now, let's not use customers by using inferior suppliers. I know this sounds stupid, but so many distributors use bad suppliers and then their orders get messed up and they lose their customer. So don't do that. Many distributors do. Don't be like that man right there. And I know because I've been that way too. I've been that way worrying about an order. Like right now, I ordered a repeat order from a pen company that I have. It's not GMG, it's another company I've used, and they haven't sent me my proofed artwork. And it's been 2 days now. Well, I swear, I am never going to enter an order for that company again because I felt like that last night. Where's my proof? I need to get it. So don't sell from inferior suppliers. And I'm telling you, keep them by selling with strong suppliers like Jim Pyre. Harvey Mackler is one of the nicest men in this industry. Harvey does all kinds of useful products. And I use Harvey because Jim Pyre is one of the finest suppliers in this industry. And it's Harvey at jimpyre.com. And I'm going to talk to you about why lapel pins are a hard thing to sell because people will lie about selling them. They don't tell you that there are 10 different types of lapel pins. I think I've got them all up there on the screen. But if you have a lapel pin order, you can call Harvey and he will send you a lapel pin sample kit. He will go over the differences. He will send you the proper samples. I use suppliers like Jim Pyre because of Harvey Mackler. He's one of the finest people in this industry. It's Harvey at jimpyre.com. Send him an email and he will send you samples of lapel pins. And you will not be sorry because he will never let you down because some suppliers will. Now, I sell a lot of rush orders. I have rush order expertise because people are waiting because of this Amazon factor of I want it now. If you don't know how to handle rush orders, you're going to lose your customers. That means you've got to pay your bills. You have to have knowledge. You have to have suppliers that will deliver, like Alexis Springs or Sunjoy or Drumline. Use Amazon as a way to create orders for yourself. If you don't know how to do rush orders, then your customer is going to go somewhere else to get them, and you're going to lose them. So learn how to be a rush order expert. Post on social media a lot. Let's talk about that. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Send case studies out. And there's a great coupon from Bertlecamp. Stories create sales. Now let's talk about Southern Plus. all over their website are case studies. Here's one from a grocery store using a picnic basket to add creativity selling to what they're doing by offering a deal on barbecue sauce, coupons for different cuts of meat. They went in the item. This picnic basket that you got as a loyalty member. And what this did was it increased the sales of barbecue sauce and meat department sales because customers love getting that picnic basket, and they used it from then on. Take that little thing that I've got up there at the top, write that up, and email that to all your customers. Post it on Instagram. I'd even post it on Facebook. This is the way to keep customers with testimonial marketing statements. If you want more information on this, it's Kathy at southernplus.com. Now here's one from Burlacamp. They do motorcycle kick pad stands. These are a great item for this time of year and in the fall because motorcycle rallies need products. This is a very unique item for buyers of motorcycle items. This was an annual rally that wanted to pick up attendance with word of mouth advertising. And the way they did that was they gave license plate frames and kick pad stands to bikers who came, and they loved them so much they talked to all their friends about it. Burlacamp products increased that attendance by 20% the next year. Here's one from Oral Labs about how a health and wellness incentive needed to be popularized. So they bought 2 types of hand sanitizer from Oral Labs. One that had a coupon for a free gym visit. The other, a coupon for a discount at a vegan restaurant. If anybody in that company wanted to go exercise or eat, they just picked up one of those from their company and took it and saved money or went to the gym. Now, you can send something like that to all your healthcare related customers. And if you want samples of those products, it's wecare@orallabs.com. And LinkedIn is perfect for case studies. When you do LinkedIn, have headlines, have a brief summary of what you're talking about. Make it routine. That means frequently. Connect at once with people. When you meet them at that chamber event, when you're handing them that nice little wet wipe thing from AdMatch, say, can I join you on LinkedIn? Leverage endorsements. That means post testimonial and marketing statements about you on LinkedIn. And never, and I mean never, give up. And here's one for LinkedIn, another one on logo match. Do you know that why people need to buy a match? It's just a safety issue. Another knowledge thing here. They help you with dust and dirt. They keep people from slipping. Send that stuff to your customers, those rental mat people, and say, you know what, those rental mats you've got, how safe are they? I mean, do they stick to the floor? Do you want your customers to be hurt? I'm not joking. I've told people that before. You need to buy life insurance policies for your customers if you're going to use cheap products, because you're going to get yourself in trouble. Now, there's a great little coupon from Logo Mats. If you want a Logo Mat sample kit, there's the form. It's customer service at logomatsllc.com. They'll send you a mat, they'll send you the stuff, and you'll be a mat seller. Now let's talk about selling sense of urgency. Let's talk about selling golf. We sell golf as an example in April and August. There are all kinds of products that will keep your customers when you create the sense of urgency and make that customer want to buy them. Don't sit around and let them ask you to send them an idea. You tell them the idea. So if you want some golf samples, end of the year golf samples, Harvey@gympire.com. He'll do the same thing here with the golf stuff as he'll do with the lapel pin information. He will help you. Now, how about laptop tattoos? Tattoos have gone from necks and arms to computers and to cell phones. Sticker U, Michael@stickeru.com. Send him an email. He will send you laptop tattoo samples. This is one of the hottest products going. People have these stickers like all over their computer, like that person up there at the top right. This is a hot product. Laptop tattoos. If you'll email them, they will send you samples, and your customers will move from necks and arms to computers. Now let's do business where we do business. Follow your money. I'm out selling mats every time I go to dinner, I go to a bar, I go anywhere. I track down the manager and say, you know what? Your mat you've got out front doesn't look very good. Can I talk to you about a mat? 99% of the time they'll say, Don, you know, nobody's been by here to sell us a mat in 15 years. We've had that mat out there forever. I have sold more mats by following my money. If I go to a pizza place, yesterday I went and got my dog groomed. It cost $82 to get Gracie's haircut. And I chatted up the dog groomer. They have a retail location. Their mat looked terrible. And I said, why don't you buy a mat? And I feel bad about it, never thought about it, but I am going to sell them a mat. I gave them $82. They could give me money back. Now, here's a name on mats. I did these for Grand Bank. That's what we talked to about the water. I love the logo mats with these mats because they put my logo on the back, not my logo, my name. And you know what? I got 2 orders from that because somebody picked up that Grand Bank and looked at the back of it because they wanted to see how good the backing was. And they emailed me and said, you know what, you did those mats for Grand Bank? I went, I did. So what other supplier will put your name on the back of the product? And there's the right email address, mwadsworth@logomatslsc.com. Now we're almost finished here. Please bear with me. This is important. Sell your schools. It is time to sell PTAs. It is time to sell school products. There I am at a TCU football game when they played Iowa State. So I sell my school. And Pepco, which is here in Wharton, Texas, does all kinds of school products. Now you can get custom Pepco flyers like the one you're seeing on the screen for the foam hand mitts and foam paw pits. That, if you'll email cvictorian@pepcopalms.com, she will send you what you need to do to have your own custom flyers. And there's Pepco's catalog, and there's a great free setup for them. Now, let me talk to you about one specific program right now, which is great to sell. That is fundraisers with palms, with cheer palms. Now, Pepco sells a lot of Rooter and cheer palms. Now, the person that is the buyer for products like this would be the PTA president, the principal's assistant or secretary, or the band director. These are people at schools. If you have kids in schools, get up there now and pitch them. If you went to TCU, get over there and pitch them. If you went to Iowa State, get over there and pitch them on this product, because people are buying school-related products now. And specifically, the way one program works is you go to local businesses like a pizza place, a gym that you go to, talk to them about buying palms. And if you'll look at the handles, those have different offers printed on them, like a free gym, $5 off a gym thing, $15 for a spray tan, a tanning salon buying palms. I think that is so unique, but you sell those to your customers. The schools will readily accept these. They sell, you take 500 of these palms up to the local school, they'll take them. Then that school is going to pass them out to people at those games, and that's free advertising for your customer. But I had never thought about this until I visited Pepco at the Chicago ASI show. This is a great fundraising way for you to sell, help your school, and to get your customers' business. Now, you can email Crispy Victorian, cvictorian@pepcopalms.com. She will tell you specifics about this. This is a great program to be selling right now. You should mail customers regularly. You need to know who you're mailing. You need to group your items together that you're mailing, and you need to mail frequently. This is a brand new product from GMG. I just started mailing these. This is a camouflage pin. This new ad pin is a great thing to mail. If you want somebody to call you back, they will when you mail them this. It's bin@ultrapins.com for a sample. Here's a great mailer from Harvey at Gempire.com. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 different mailing programs right there that he will help you with for self-promotion for yourself or for your customers. and there's a great coupon from Gympire. Now here's some other mailers. We just talked about Pepco. These are flyers that I mailed, or I have emailed these templates to my customers, or I have posted them on my Facebook or Instagram. Christy Victorian will help you with these. Pepco will show you how to make these yourself. They have several different products that can be customized, just like Southern Plus. They have 40 custom flyer choices on their website. You go to southernplus.com or email Kathy at Southern Plus. They're having them for umbrellas, bags. There's one up the top right there with my logo on it for bags. You can pick one of the 40, download your logo, and the template will be sent to you. This is a cool way to stay in touch with your customers. Here's one from Logo Mats, same kind of thing. They'll put your logo on it, Miles at logomatsllc.com. Here's one from GMG where you can mail that entire marketing campaign, that one-off thing. And here's how you get customer respect. You stay in contact with them. You provide great service. You praise them all the time. Contact them frequently, and you do this kind of stuff every day. Customers will respect you. Now, we're almost finished here. I want to talk to you about tariff suppliers. Stop selling for customers or suppliers who raise their prices all the time. With these Chinese import problems going on, you do not want to get stuck with a customer that has a supplier or has a notice on their website. Important notice, prices quoted are based on available inventory on hand. There's actually a big supplier that has that on their website right now. You want to freak your customers out, change prices on in the middle of the deal. USA made keeps buyers buying. Quickie is one of the best. Mike Stiller, mstiller at quickie.com can help you. Quickie makes great American-made products in very usable type products. Here's that great Quickie coupon that I offered before with the free die charge. Zero tariff suppliers. Here's Burlacamp back with those motorcycle kick pad stands. Burlacamp's been in business since 1929. This is not a fool around company. You want somebody to treat you right, you email Ken Burlacamp and he'll talk to you about those motorcycle products. Here's Burlacamp back from 1950, the top left, all the way down here to the bottom on the right. Their products are made in Ohio. Here's their old catalogs. You know, cheap online sellers don't have catalogs from the past because they haven't been in business that long. Name badges are made in Minnesota by ID Line. Colorado is where those Oralab products are made. They are a great supplier. There's Pepco made in Texas, made in Indiana by Trainer. And I'm finished now, and I appreciate you listening to my wordy presentation today, but I have done a book called How to Sell Promotional Products. That book is now available. If you would like to have a free chapter of that book, Harvey at Gympire will email you the chapter of the book. Plus, if you'd like to have the replay of this webinar, I will be happy to email you that. So as soon as the webinar is over, if you will email me, Don at sellpromoproducts.com, I will send you the replay of this webinar. It'll take a couple of hours to download, and Harvey will send you the sample chapter. And here are all the email addresses, or most of them, for all the companies that I talked about, from the umbrella samples at the bottom, Kathy at Southern Plus, all the way up to the outdoor mat samples. And I'll leave this on the screen for a little while so you can notice them. And I'm sorry I ran over a little bit and maybe I was too enthusiastic today, but I really would like to help you sell. If you have any questions, just send me an email. And if you'll do that, I'll send you the replay and the book chapter. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks for listening.